godliness, unification, service and internationalism. That is what GUSI Peace Prize stands for. The Tagalog term GUSI means antique jar of treasures, and this is exactly what Ambassador Barry GUSI, founder and chairman of the GUSI Peace Prize Foundation, and his family live for, since they reward the awardees according to this legendary pot of gold, for outstanding contributions to world peace.
The vision of the GUSI Peace Prize is to create a world of peace, a world of peace and humanity with good governance, and with friendship and goodwill, especially that nowadays we live in a world of chaos. That's why we all have to work hand in hand, and that is our mission. And at the same time, we want to touch the lives of other people. Through the GUSI Peace Prize, we have this celebration every fourth Wednesday of November, as mandated by Presidential Proclamation 1476, declaring every fourth Wednesday of November as the GUSI Peace Prize International Friendship Day. So usually those people who attend are people from all over the globe, mainly the achievers and peacemakers, and of course the foreign delegates who come in to the Philippines, in Manila, that is where we celebrate it every November at the present.
Every year, laureates are rewarded in different categories. For example, in statesmanship, for poverty alleviation through livelihood projects and women empowerment, for human rights of overseas workers and anti-corruption advocacy, for peacebuilding through development of political and diplomatic networks, and activities supporting human rights and fundamental freedoms, for poverty alleviation through education and humanitarianism. Dr. Hans Köchler received the GUSI Peace Prize for Philosophy of Law. He is an Austrian philosopher and former professor at the University of Innsbruck, and emphasizes on political philosophy and philosophical anthropology. Dr. Köchler is also the founder and president of the International Progress Organization IPO, an international non-governmental organization in consultative status with the United Nations and with more than 70 countries as members, representing all continents. Dr. Köchler has made major contributions to international peace and to the debate on international democracy. In recognition of his contributions to the peaceful solution of international conflicts, Dr. Köchler received the GUSI Peace Prize on November 26, 2014 in Manila, where he is highly respected.
Professor Köchler is not only a genius, but a very noble and respectable person. And in the field of what he is doing, there is excellence. And what he is doing has been benefited not only by the Austrian, not only by Europe, America, or Asia, but, well, I say the entire world, because of his genius and contribution for the advancement and progress of humanity. Then he was chosen as among the 13th laureate of the GUSI Peace Prize in this 2014.
I could feel that he is doing all his best for peace and all over the world.
I was really impressed and amazed of how he loved our country. Many contributions. He has achieved many things. He has spoke not only in one area, even in the universities, in the government, and even in all areas. I was also blessed having him. Oftentimes, he really loved our country, and he has so much concern about the peace in this country, and I really appreciate his focus, his heart. He is like a part of Filipino people.
Dr. Köchler delivered the acceptance speech under the motto "Peace at Home, Peace in the World", focusing on the implementation of the peace process in Mindanao. Besides, he declared his appreciation for the acknowledgement of his work by the GUSI Foundation.
I highly appreciate that the GUSI Foundation has recognized my efforts in the field of peaceful coexistence and of international cooperation. On this occasion, I do recall that around the time when the GUSI Peace Prize was established, I did come to Manila exactly in the year 2002 to deliver the inaugural lecture for the Peace Education Program of OPAP, the Office of the Presidential Advisor for the Peace Process in the Philippines. And at that time, the topic was the peace process as a measure of good governance. I'm glad to see that the Philippines has made progress on this path to peace, and that after many hurdles have been overcome, an agreement, a comprehensive peace agreement has been concluded 2 years ago, and earlier this year a draft law on the Bangsamoro people has been adopted, which is now being negotiated in the Parliament of the Philippines. And I commend His Excellency, the President, and the people of the Republic of the Philippines on their special efforts. And let me just state that in this time, when there is an increasing threat at the global level of conflict and war between civilizations and religions, and when there is an increasing alienation between the Muslim world and particularly the West, let me express the hope that the peace process in the Philippines will be successful, because this will be of exemplary and crucial importance at that moment in the history of mankind. There is this central motto, peace at home, peace in the world. And it is exactly that what expresses the deeper meaning of the peace process in the Republic of the Philippines, and what will be a contribution to peace and stability, not only here and in the region, but in a wider global context.
During his stay in Manila, Dr. Köchler held a lecture at the University of the Philippines, where he gave students the opportunity to listen to and learn from him. Members of the university hope to continue cooperating with Dr. Köchler in the future.
I'm very happy to be part of the panel today. I think what I hope that students would take out from this lecture was first to appreciate a historical and materialist context of a crisis, and also a conflict. Second would be to develop a critical mind, to be critical about all these when we're looking at the perception and the reality surrounding media blown crisis. So I think what's important is for students to be able to discern and to look into the facts, to be able to think for themselves, and to be able to then find a way forward in order to contribute and not to contribute to peace, instead of making it more a puzzle instead of a clearer picture.
Well, we're very thankful to the lecture of Dr. Köchler this morning. I think the students really benefited from the objective, sober, yet insightful analysis of his presentation. I think that is something that should be emulated, because I think there is clarity, there is coherence, there is comprehensiveness in his presentation. It's very important, especially when we analyze complicated issue or phenomenon like the problem in the Middle East, that we are able to read objectively and have an immense data available, so that we could come up with correct analysis. And I think his presentation really gives us an insight or an understanding which the media could not provide. So I hope this activity would not be the last, but instead would just begin, would just be the beginning for more interactions between Dr. Köchler and the students and the faculty here at the University of the Philippines. Thank you very much.
Peaceful coexistence is what Dr. Köchler works for. His efforts are not only realistic, but also full of hope and optimism.
Let me express the hope that the peace process in the Philippines will be successful, because this will be of exemplary and crucial importance at that moment in the history of mankind.